Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin. You can find us at oldpueblocoin.com, TucsonCoinshow.com for our coin show in January. Thanks for joining us to tackle one of life's toughest questions. Why is it when the price of gold or silver shoots up, you start to see a lot of the buy premiums come down from your local dealers? In other words, when you walk into a shop, all of a sudden your dealer is paying less as a percentage than he was just a few weeks ago. This is something that, of course, drives people a little bit batty because they think, I want the same numbers that I was getting 3 weeks ago as far as a percentage goes. And that's understandable. We all feel that way sometimes when you see a price change almost anywhere and you're like, I want the other price. I like that price better. So it's a pretty natural thing to want the better price, but also it's a very natural thing for the price to go down as a percentage of the overall marketplace. And this is why. When you look at all of the people who have been buying gold or silver over the years, we're going to stick with gold especially in this example, because right now gold is at all-time highs. People who've bought gold over the last couple of years that were hoping to see a real big spike, they probably already had an out. They already had a number in mind for when they were going to sell. So what happens is that actual very, very natural thing of supply and demand. And that is the type of thing that, you've heard economists talk about, the invisible hand that moves. And it's a real thing. It's something that some of us might not want to accept, but the reality is that if tens of thousands of people all at the same time decide, hey, I'm going to go ahead and sell my gold, they're going to come back and they're going to sell it to their local dealer. Their local dealer has to have some place to go. And so what happens is you see that swing from having a market that is full of buyers and sellers to a market that's just full of sellers. So when everybody wants to sell at the same time, what does that do to any type of product? You see the price will start to go down. Now the gold spot price, if it's at a given spot price, actually is kind of nice the way it holds. It anchors down a price point that people can work from. Unlike some other marketplaces, so like in the numismatic market, if you have a bunch of people coming in, running and selling all at the same time a certain coin, well, that could pretty dramatically, you can see a market actually crash in a certain area if everybody ran in to sell at the same time. On the gold or silver market, especially in this gold market, because spot price is something that we can all look at and see, what happens is a domino effect where all of a sudden your local coin shop or bullion shop or whatever is buying more than that they would ever want to hold in inventory. And so they're going to sell it right away. So this happens en masse across the country where you see all of these local shops turning around and confirming and selling to some big wholesaler. And oftentimes they're only working on a few percentage points, whatever it is that they deem that they want to do for their business. So all of those wholesalers now are collecting millions and millions of ounces or whatever the number is. And you start to see that they actually have to start lowering their price to wherever they're going to go. So there's a natural step down effect that you see as all the money flows in one direction, as all the inventory flows in one direction. And that's very different, of course, than when you have a buyer's market like we had during COVID, where you saw all of the people were running in to try to buy from a shop like ours, but then inventory became scarce. So now imagine all of those people that were running in to buy, now they're all running in to sell. That's naturally going to depress the market. And so really, they're still going to get a good premium if they bought at $1,900 an ounce, and now you're close to $2,200 an ounce. And maybe back during COVID, you could get spot or spot plus. Now maybe you're going to get spot minus a couple points or whatever the numbers are going to look like. And so that'll just kind of vary depending on your local business and what they're doing. But the change in price is actually very natural. Most coin dealers or bullion dealers don't, coin dealers especially, don't usually keep a lot of bullion in stock, especially if people are transferring thousands and thousands of dollars or just tens or 20s of ounces. Most dealers aren't going to keep all that in stock because, especially also in an upward market, the other thing that you're going to run into is market volatility, which is to say there's a very different position when you're buying coins when the market's gone up, 5, 6, 7% in just a few days. You could always get caught up in a correction. So if a dealer buys $100,000 in gold and they mark it down 5% to buy it, and they think that they'll be able to sell it at a discount and move it on, but they keep it, and all of a sudden the market corrects 3, 4, 5 points the next day. That's actually a very real thing that we've seen happen many times over the years, where a large quantity can come in, and then if you don't confirm and sell right away, you can get caught. in the market shift. And I'm smiling because I've had that happen before. I remember we had a point in time, I can't remember how long ago this was now, where we bought thousands of ounces of silver on a Saturday, and instead of confirming them and selling them, wholesaling them out like I had in mind to do, on Monday, silver dropped like $3 or $4. And it was just like one of those things where it was very uncomfortable because I lost money. What are you going to do? All right, guys. So anyways, the very natural process of gold or silver becoming worth a little bit less relative to the spot price happens all the time when you see markets shoot up very quickly. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.